Hello everyone, welcome to the next lecture in the subject CAD/CAM. Today in this lecture we are going to see the drawing commands in SolidWorks, how to use these drawing commands in SolidWorks.
Screen shows SolidWorks software screen. Now from this particular various commands, here I will choose first new option. Now here there will be three options, that is nothing but a part command, then assembly command and drawing command or drawing option. Here for 2D and 3D drawings we have to choose part option and press OK. After choosing this particular option, here this screen will get opened. Now if you see here in this particular features, various 3D options will be there. Now I will select here sketch. In this particular sketch, various sketch commands, that is nothing but drawing tools and editing tools will be there. Now first of all we will discuss about drawing tools. Line. Now before starting this particular line command, we will see how to choose different views or different planes in this particular new drawing. Now here if you see this option will be there. From this option we can choose various options, that is nothing but front view, then top view, side view, left hand side view, back view and bottom view of that drawing. Also we can choose 3D drawing view. And for 3D options, again here there are various options will be there. Okay, now we'll start with our first command, that is nothing but line command. If you see here there are two options, that is nothing but line option and center line option. Which line we have to draw, according to that we have to choose the options. Here I will choose line option. After choosing line options, here there will be three planes will be seen on this particular screen. Now on which plane we have to draw the line, we have to choose that particular plane and we have to start the drawing. Here I will start with this particular top plane. Means in this particular top plane I have to draw the line. Now here again I will choose top view from this particular view and I will start the drawing. Now after choosing that particular top view, this screen will get opened. Now here if you see this particular point shows the x and y axis, sorry, x and z axis, which this origin of that particular x and z axis will be here. Means this coordinate is nothing but 0 0. If I will start with this particular options, then this line command will be drawn likewise. And here if I press again left mouse button, then it will get stopped over there. Now if we have to give two dimension or we have to draw a particular dimension line, in that case we have to give the dimension to that particular line. Here if I double click over there that line, then here on this particular left hand side line properties will be seen. From that line properties, if we have to give the dimension to that particular line, in that case here that dimension will be given. Here I will give dimension to that particular line. Here I will give 10 units to that particular line. Then that line will be automatically gets extended to that particular extent. It is nothing but this line is nothing but 10 units line. Now again if we have to draw the center line, then also we can draw that center line using this particular center line option. Now here I will draw a center line likewise. Means just we have to select that center line command and draw the center line to at any particular instance, and to end that particular line just click the escape button and that line will be there. After that, next, now here from this particular sketch command you can choose this particular line option. Also you can choose the line command from this particular tools menu from that sketch entities, and here line command will be there. And the shortcut for this particular line command is nothing but L. By pressing the L button on keyboard you can start with this command. That is directly, if you choose L button, then directly this line commands will be inserted. Then next, here on this particular sketch menu, rectangle options will be there, and also from tools, sketch entities, and rectangle option is there. Now in this particular rectangle option, again there are various options will be there. It is nothing but corner rectangle, center rectangle, then 3-point corner rectangle, then 3-point center rectangle, and parallelogram. Now we will see step by step these rectangle options. First I will choose here corner rectangle. Now after choosing the corner rectangle, we have to select the corner to that particular rectangle. After choosing this corner rectangle, you can draw the rectangle from the first point where you have to choose this particular corner. Means this first point will be starting point of that rectangle. Means at this particular point these two lines will be perpendicular, and we have to give the ending point, that is nothing but diagonal point of that particular rectangle, so that that rectangle will be completed. Then center rectangle. In this particular center rectangle we have to give the center point, means that is nothing but your diagonal intersecting point to start this particular rectangle. Here if I will give here the center point for this particular rectangle, then this rectangle will be there. Now you can give the dimensions of this particular rectangle by double clicking this particular rectangle. Now if you see on this particular left hand side, here the rectangle coordinates will be there. Now if we have to give rectangle coordinates, then we can give this particular rectangle coordinates from this particular left hand side rectangle properties option, and just after giving this rectangle coordinates we have to select this particular close dialog box, that is nothing but enter command. Now here first I will select the corner rectangle. Here I will start this particular point and I will draw a rectangle over here. After giving this here if we have to choose we have to give any coordinates for that particular rectangle, then we can give the coordinates from this particular rectangle properties options or rectangle parameters option. Then after that center rectangle, third option is nothing but 3-point corner rectangle. After in this particular 3-point corner rectangle we have to give 3 points, and using that 3 points the rectangle will be drawn. Now here I will give this first point, and here second point, and here 3 points. Now here just I have clicked at 3 particular points and the rectangle will be drawn. Again here also I will draw again one 3-point rectangle. First of all I will close all this, and again I will start with 3-point corner rectangle. Here again I will give first point over here, then second point, and here third point. Means here only I have given 3 points, that is nothing but first point, second point, and third point. And now here if we have to give particular coordinates to this particular rectangle, then in that case this first two is nothing but first point coordinates, then second two, that is nothing but xy, that is nothing but this point coordinates, then again this point coordinate is nothing but this particular xy, that is nothing but third xy coordinates, and last fourth xy coordinate is nothing but this particular xy coordinate. Means here all the coordinates of this particular rectangle, that is in clockwise directions. Means in clockwise directions we have to give the rectangle coordinates in this particular left hand side parameters box or rectangle properties box. Okay, then after that next option is nothing but 3-point center rectangle. Now for that purpose again we have to give various 3 points. Now that 3 points is nothing but first point is nothing but your center point of that rectangle, then second point is nothing but which is located, if you see over here, that is first point is situated at this particular center point, second point is situated on that particular first or second side, and third point will be that ending point of that particular rectangle. Okay, we'll see that first 3 point center rectangle options over here. Okay, again I will choose here 3-point center rectangle. Here I will give this particular center point as a center point of that rectangle. Then here at the bottom, at any instance, I will give the second point, and third point that will be used over here. Here if you see, I had given the 3 points, that is nothing but first point, then second point and third point. And using these 3 points, the rectangle is drawn over here. Okay, that is nothing but rectangle option. And to draw the circle here from this particular sketch menu, I have to choose this particular circle option. Now for that circle options, again there are two options. In that particular two options, first option is nothing but you have to give the radius and center point, and second option is nothing but you have to give first starting point, second 3 points on that perimeter of circle. Now in that case, first I will choose the center point and radius option. Here at this particular point I will give center point, that point to that particular circle, and I just drag that circle. Now after placing at any instance, we can give the radius to that particular circle. Here now in this case, the radius of this particular circle which I have drawn over here is nothing but 4.09. If I have to minimize or maximize the radius of that particular circle, then from this particular left hand side parameters option, I will choose the radius option, and at that point I will give the radius of that particular circle. Also if we have to choose the origin to at any particular location, then here from that this particular x and y coordinate system we can give the origin, or we can change the origin of that particular circle. Here just I will give 3 units radius over here, and that circle will get changed. Means this particular circle is nothing but having a radius of 3 units. Okay, then second option in that particular perimeter circle is nothing but perimeter circle. Now in this particular perimeter circle we have to choose 3 points, and using that 3 points the circle will be drawn. Here I will choose first option, first point over here, then here I will choose second option, and here I will choose the third point. Now here I will choose first point over here, second here, and then third over here. Means if we have to draw the circle with the help of 3 points which are located in our coordinate system, then we can draw the perimeter circle with the help of that 3 points. Here if you see, the arc options will be there. Here with the help of that 3 options, again we can draw the arc command. Now here there are 3 options, that is nothing but center point arc, tangent arc, and 3-point arc. Now here I will choose first option, that is nothing but center point arc. Now for that particular center point arc, we have to give first center, then first point of that arc, and here I will give second point. Just 1 second, I will delete all this, and again I will start with arc number. It is nothing but center point arc. Here I will give center point to that particular arc, then radius. Here I will choose 4.5, and after dragging the line of that particular 4.5 radius arc, here we have to just give end point to that particular arc. Means by dragging this particular line or command, we can view the arc, or we can draw the arc at this particular point. Okay, it is nothing but, this arc is nothing but our 4.5 units radius arc. Then again in that particular arc options, again there are two options, that is nothing but tangent arc and 3-point arc. Okay, here I will choose 3-point arc. Again for that particular, we have to give three just points. Here I will give first, second, and here I will choose the third option on either side of that particular 2 points. Okay, that is nothing but 3-point arc. Then next option is nothing but tangent arc. Now if we have to draw a tangent to that particular arc, then we can draw with the option tangent arc. Now in this particular tangent arc options, first I will delete this, and I will start with tangent arc option. Now first we have to give any point from which this, first we have to draw line command, line for this particular tangent, and then we have to use this particular tangent arc command. Now from the here, for this particular tangent arc command, we have to draw any tangent, or we have to give tangent. Means tangent is nothing but line which is perpendicular to that particular point. Here using this line and tangent command, we can draw tangent arc over here. For this particular ellipse option, we can choose the ellipse options from this particular sketch command, or from this particular tools menu, sketch entities, and here ellipse option is there. Okay, now here for this particular ellipse, we have to give first center point, then radius of that particular ellipse, that is nothing but we can give any radius over here, and again we have to select which type of ellipse, that is nothing but the perpendicular distance between that center and ellipse. Okay, after drawing this particular, or placing the point, we can choose the radius and the perpendicular distance between that ellipse and the, here I will give first 3 units, and here the perpendicular distance, it is nothing but 5 units, and I will press OK over here. Okay, means with the help of these options we can draw ellipse. Now again in that particular ellipse, there are two various options, that is nothing but partial ellipse and parabola. Means using these options we can draw various ellipse with the help of this particular ellipse command.
Friends, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please share, comment and like this video. Then subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to get notified for more videos on this CAD/CAM subject. And thanks for watching. Thank you so much.